It is now my great honor to introduce our 2012 Salutatorian, Alec Zisson. He is the son of Miss Anita Neiman and Mr. Jimmy Zisson. He has a 5.11 HPA and will be attending Brown University in the fall. Alec?
Thank you, Dr. Afterly, Superintendent Jen, school board members, educational adjudicators, mom, dad, I don't know. Before I begin with a personal anecdote, to segue into a reflection of the class of 2012's time at Dreyfoos, and end my 2 to 4 minutes of fame with inspirational insight that I took from somewhere else, I have an assignment for all of you. Raise your right hand. Come on, everyone, raise your right hands. Turn to the person to your right and put your hand on that person's shoulder. It shouldn't be too much harder than FLVS personal fitness. Is everyone set? Good. Good. Now you can all say that you've been touched by my graduation speech. On a more serious note, we gather here today in Gate 12 in celebration. No longer are we slaves of Club Web, celebrations with Mr. Marshall, or Mr. Affy's infamous packets. The class of 2012 is not limited by the fact that you can only win a pep rally once, but rather by our more hardcore predecessors and self-indulgent followers. Sorry, juniors, that's just how it is. We're like Goldilocks middle bed. Perfect. Class of 2012, we've made it. I think this speech would be remiss without some solid quotes. So here's to you, Mrs. Bierman and Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. The quote ends there. A little quick, I know, but I think this is perhaps the most reflective advice that Dreyfoos has provided me. I've learned what it means to be an individual. Not a thick-rimmed, glasses-wearing, anti-mainstream, underweight adolescent, but someone who has fallen into his own niche. Someone who knows who he is as a person, student, and dare I say, artist. And just like the excerpt, before you can blink, it's over. We've all learned more about ourselves through exposure to our own art areas and the talent of our peers than we ever could have anywhere else. Whether you were an aficionado of the flute or a nut for Newtonian mechanics, I had to do it. You've had something to care about over your 4 years at school, or you wouldn't be here right now. You've had purpose, and that's something we all owe to Dreyfoos. Don't get me wrong, the school's not perfect. We can't have Miss Christie's and Miss Smith's patrolling every hallway. But whether it's a surprise World War II lecture by Dr. Evil, or blood spatter analysis a la Dexter Morgan for Halloween over in the science department, the teachers have been anything but forgettable. On that note, I would like to recognize the two most influential teachers I've had, Senora Nand and Mrs. Bryan. They know how to teach, they know how to get results, they know how to reach their students. Anyway, I stand here before you today in beautiful Gate 12, not to flaunt the good grades I've gotten, or to prove my facility in English poetry. I'm 18, and I did well in high school, and that's it. I don't think I'm disposed to give you any parting words of wisdom other than good luck. I hope you all find happiness and fulfillment in whatever it is that you do. I hope I can speak for all of us when I say that Dreyfoos, you will not just be somebody that I used to know.